Welcome back to 1 Million Pumpkins Ranch for more public displays of homesteading. And it is a frosty morning, 18 degrees today. But I thought I'd take you along with me for another feed stream. Let's flip the switch here. Got piping hot water. Hi, Peregrine. Good morning, birds. So that's all those birds. So for 2025, we produced 7 poults, turkey poults for harvest. Kind of have lost track of how many chicken chicks we got, but I'm thinking it's around 2 dozen. And I want to say 9 cockerels for the freezer. So yeah, so that's kind of the poultry update for 2025. Now it's time for warm water for the rabbits. Hello, rabbits. Warm water for the rabbits because it's been getting down to very low double digits in the nighttime. 11 degrees, and so their water freezes. They get real thirsty in the night, and their water bowls freeze up like this. Hi there, Lone Wolf. Welcome. Antonio, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the homestead. We're off-grid here, 40 acres in northern Arizona. And we got snow on Thursday, and it's still here. It's been so cold. And here are some more rabbits. Hello, rabbits. Hello, rabbits. I like to talk to them so they don't get spooked. Hi, bunnies. Hi, little bunnies. Everybody's tucked in bed over here. They've got this nest box full of straw. Got 7 little bunnies in there growing up. And I like to feed the sheep and come back and finish with the rabbits because I can get all the feed all the sheep pretty quickly, and then I spend time hanging out with the rabbits. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is full of hot water. There's a little bit left in it. There might be enough to melt the sheep water, but I'll probably have to go back in the trailer and get more hot water for that. Yeah, I think logistically with the holding the tripod, I'll have to make a second loop with defrosting the sheep water. So here we go around. is going to be a beautiful day today. I think low 40s, but right now it's around 18 to 20 degrees. So crisp and sparkling. Hi guys. Bye. Bye. Hi guys. So this is one breeding unit. Petroglyph has horns, just like, you know, an archaeological petroglyph. And then he's got 3 wives. And I have to break up the hay because he is not a gentleman and he will lord over the alfalfa and not let his ewes get as much as they need. He is very, very ramulant, as we say. He likes to ram everything. So he is a purebred American blackbelly, and so are these 3 ewes. He's with 2 shoes, Heathers and Trixie. And they're going to make nice, full-blooded American blackbelly lambs come May. And yeah, the water is frozen solid. The water is frozen solid. So I'll be back with hot water to fill that up with on back up the hill. Hi, Amarok. Good boy. Good boy. I can hear some turkey drama. The turkey hen posse they don't like roosters, so they're always yelling at the roosters. Here's a 2025 pullet named Pearl. Now I'm going to go down to the other breeding unit. There's a 2025 pullet. There she is. She doesn't have a name yet. She's just a baby. And as you can see, we need to make a dump trip. Our trash kennel is quite full. On down the hill to Aristocrat and his harem. And then I'll come back and feed those lambs. Bye! So down here we have aristocrat. He's a St. Croix from the Greg Judy line. And then he has he has 5 girlfriends in here, 5 wives. Hi guys. Bye. And I don't have to separate. He's a gentleman. So that's him with the big neck ruff. And he has 3 black belly ewes to breed with to make some good hybrid vigor. We're really liking how the black belly cross with St. Croix turns out. And then his other wife, the one facing us, that is actually his daughter out of Katahdin. So she's got hybrid vigor. And we're line breeding 1 generation to put in the freezer. So no problems with that. And her mama is the other big white sheep in the back there. Her head is stuffed in the hay. That's Mrs. Robinson, and she's a full Katahdin. So when she crosses with aristocrat, that makes a half Katahdin, half St. Croix. Awesome hybrid vigor with that. And so that's how we can make some unrelated ram ewe flock starters at our little operation here. We've got 17 head on the hoof right now. Okay, and their water is frozen solid too. So back over, we put a hot wire here because as Amrock is still learning, he gets a little bit too excited at lambing season, and the smell of, those blood and all that stuff, he goes too crazy. So we just have a safe space between him and the ewe pen. Up next are the grow outs over there. Those are the ones you see me gray streaming with now. I don't take the rams out. That's a all hands on deck situation. Even though aristocrat is nice, he packs a wallop. Never turn your back on a ram. Now this is what I was talking about. The turkeys don't like the roosters. So we have plenty of space, so it's not really a problem. The rooster can get away if he's smart. And that rooster is a cockerel. Oh, he just did a wing dance. Like, that's probably what started this. That rooster right there, we call him Big Brother. And Darlene, the turkey, hatched him out and raised him. So sometimes he does a wing dance at a turkey hen, and that creates anger and violence. But that rooster is headed for the freezer also. We have 2 keeper roosters only. But anyway, they'll resolve that. Hello. Here's 2 more turkey hens. A Bronzina and Micropult. Okay, now to get for the lambs. And I give them the most food because they're fattening. So this year, we got, 2025, we got 16 lambs, and we sold 10 of them, and we sold one of the moms. So we sold the mom and her 2 nursing lambs as a trio, and then we sold, the rest as well. We sold some rams too, flock starter rams. So it was great, but we only kept 6, and we've got Moosey here. She's a bottle baby that we're going to keep. And then that big white one, that one's the one out of Taylor, so the line bred meat sheep. He's huge. So line breeding results in that. And then we've got some of the black belly crosses, like Moosey. And then we've got purebred black bellies. So this year we did not actually save enough grow out lambs to really sell as the USDA meat. So we're just going to eat all of these. There's just the 2 ewes that we're going to grow out and add them to the breeding program. But the rest of this little group is going into the freezer. And if you've never had, homestead raised lamb, you don't know what you're missing. It has just a fresh, clean red meat taste. It is really rich. I think it does need to be prepared in a way that the protein chain or the fat chains don't oxidize. But that's a whole other topic. Okay, sheep are done, except for their water. But I'm gonna go ahead and give the rabbits their food now. More bird drama over here. It just didn't stop yet. Blackie and Micropult are really giving Big Brother some trouble. This one we're keeping. His name is Tiny Smalls because he looks like Biggie Smalls with his little sideways crown. That one's little brother. That right there is Stella and Amarok, the livestock guardian dog. Okay, now we're gonna make these rabbits bounce around. Oh, hello, baby Lorp. Let's see. It's hard to set up a place where you can actually see them eating and this one here is pregnant. This one down here is retired. And of course these have babies. Get a good shot of the babies. That's what everyone wants to look at anyway. Baby rabbits, am I right? Oh my goodness. 9 baby rabbits in there. And that's Mama Corn Silk. Here we go with some Bermuda hay. And a bunch of alfalfa. Alfalfa is high protein for these babies to grow up big and strong. And they get a 1/4 cup of pellet per individual. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Dog piled all in there, right? Oh, the sun's in my eyes. Courgette, you're ready for your breakfast too, aren't you? Okay. And she has 8 babies. So. Five, 6, 7, and 8. And then one more for Mama. 9. All right. Then I need to get the food for the outdoor ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 scoops for them. And before we go out there, I have to give all the rest of the rabbits their hay ration. The universal sound of rabbits crunching. Larkspur. you go, Larkspur. Good boy, good boy. Good boy, Larkspur. Today is Larkspur's day. He's going to come out and exercise in the garden after he finishes nibbling at his breakfast for a while. Here's Poplar. Hi, Poplar. So this side is my row of bucks, and the other side is my row of does. Cat Claw Acacia. No, Cat Claw. Cat Claw has jumped out of his cage before. He's a daredevil. All right, those guys are ready. Need to close this one. Bon appetit, bunnies. Bon appetit. Okay. Back out to the hutch. Whoops, I keep knocking over the food cup. Rabbits, hello. Hello, rabbits. They get spooked if you don't warn them that you're coming. Right, rabbits? You cute little buns. They're ready for their morning food. There you go, bunnies. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And the next thing to do is to clean their nest area. So while they're eating on this side, I open up the other side and clean out the soiled straw. So that is going on over here. Hi. Their potty corner is right there. It gets really dirty. So then they only lightly poop on the nest. But I take that, refill, the place that they soil heavily. Got fresh for the bed. And that way they're insulated from below during the cold night. It also makes it so the barn cats don't bother them in the night. They have a place where their little feet aren't showing, you know. The barn cats have learned to coexist with the rabbits and so far have not attacked them. I think they would attack babies if they could. But in the rabbit garden, when the rabbits are loose, the adult rabbits, they come right up to those barn cats. Sometimes they chase the barn cats around. And of course, you know, things shift and clasp doesn't want to match up. Okay, so now these rabbits are done. Up next, refilling the barn cat bowl and the dog. So, welcome to the messy shed. I've trapped a lot of mud in here. Hi, darling. Turkeys expect to be given dog kibble as tribute. Turkeys are the most nosy. Drama. Turkeys give so much drama. Okay, that's turkeys eating dog food. Now for a dog to eat dog food is actually, he doesn't really like to eat his breakfast. He usually buries it. Come on, go in your house. Good boy, go in your house. And he always buries his dog food bowl. Sit. Up. There you are, good dog. Put this here. Good boy, stay. Stay. Okay. And of course, okay, eat your dinner. Of course, immediately, birds start coming around. So he will lay in his doorway until they lose interest and he'll bury his food. And hopefully he eats it. I think he helps himself to eggs from the free range. There's Tiny. Here's one of the barn cats, Hui. Hi, Hui. That's the big daddy barn cat. He's a brute. We have two of his kittens, and he beats up the son. So the son has become more of a house cat. And I have a bum knee with a brace on right now, so it's kind of awkward. Hard to believe his kittens are going to be 3 years old this April. Okay. So that's Blackie. My shadow is messing up the image. But Blackie was raised, they have the same Blackie and that cockerel. But now that Blackie is mature, he doesn't tolerate any cockerels. Darlene. Hi, Darlene. Want a little cat food? Of course she does. I'm going to set this down. I'll be right back. Hi, rabbits. So up next is melting the sheep water with hot water. So for that, I have to go get the cart. Get the cart. Grab a jug. Go to the back of the RV where the outdoor faucet is. And hopefully I'll be able to get water. If not, I'll have to take the watering can to the kitchen. Honestly, that's what I usually do anyway. Don't let the birds eat your food. Hi, Hui. And chickens like to go back there. I don't think the broom will stop them, but I'll come back and put the water can later. That's our main rooster, Townsend. And it's too cold to use our washing machine during this season. It's a little janky back here. Pardon the mess. This is off-grid life. You know, you don't always have a cabinet or something to put stuff. So sometimes it just ends up being janky. And you gotta learn to live with it. I think there's a solid chance that this is frozen, but we'll see. There's ice in there. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna come. I'm going to turn that off. And then I will just park you to look at birdies while I go fetch some hot water from the kitchen. Sorry about that. So that's kind of a nice view of the birds. And I'm going to grab the watering can and fetch some hot water. Okay, I'm back. Let's give water to Petroglyph first. Petroglyph! And his water was pretty low. It's probably going to take this whole can. Hi guys. You thirsty? I always stand back from Petroglyph because he will ram me in a heartbeat. Oops. Tilted. And I think that's good for them to go, and I can go melt aristocrats. And it's supposed to warm up to above freezing today in the low 40s, so should be no problem topping off from the barn tote water. This, after breakfast, they have a little bit to wet their whistle. Hi guys. Bye. Now here, they kept standing up and eating on the straw bales and knocked the top two off of there. And we do have a piece of corrugated roof that I'm hoping that can be one of today's chores, is to wire that up there. And they just need like a drinking hole in the ice. All right. 2 sheep pens down, 1 more to thaw. So back up the hill. I wonder what he's barking about. What is it? What is it? I don't know. Could be a coyote, could be a cow. You never know with Amarok. He's an equal opportunity guardian dog. He'll bark at everything. And if you've been keeping track, we've had this hen rehab center here for the plucked hens, the overly roostered hens, and nobody is on lockdown. They're all loose. They grew their feathers back. Here's Townsend with some of his gals. He's got our oldest two, Callie and Somnus, and then he's got an Australorp, and he's got Super Duper Cooper. Go Townsend. This one's named Pimento. Hi, Pimento. And we got a bunch of the gang over here. So, I'm gonna leave you with the poultry again while I fetch some more hot water. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back with my hot water. Here we go. Hi, ladies. Just outside his house there. Not eating his food yet, but he's there. Okay, lambs. Bah! Bah! Hi, Moosey. Frozen solid. Happy little sheepies. Hi, Pokey. What's up, little guy? There we go. That's enough until the tote thaws out and I can refill. Probably by like 10 a.m. I don't even know what time it is because I took longer to feed. Sharing with you all. Okay, well, that is all of the farm animals taken care of. Now it's time for me to go in and grab a bite, have a second cup of coffee, and decide what other random acts of homesteading I'll get up to today. Okay, Amarok. Oh, you're bothering the cat. That's not nice. Out. Good boy. Out. Out. Thank you. Hooey. Come on, Hooey. Oh, poor kitty. Poor Hooey. You're okay, huh, Hooey? That's a good kitty. Take my glove off. Ooh, sorry about all that. All right, well, thanks for joining me on this feed stream. I hope it was a good time for you to see just my daily routine on a frosty winter morning here off grid in northern Arizona. So, all my best to you and yours. Cheers and blessings.